At ease. I want to keep this briefing brief. Time is a luxury we do not have. The bombers are awaiting our word. The president is on hold and my car is double parked outside. Direct cable communication has been maintained with Washington, but there is no radio at all. Now this much is certain. We have recently acquired new information from Majestic about the imminent threat to mankind. This is the enemy. Take a good look, gentlemen. They hail from the planet Gorta in the Proxima Centauri system and call themselves Furons. Notice their oversized craniums and small status, but don't be fooled. They are mean, calculating, and ruthless. Here's some of what we do know. They use psychokinesis, and their ability to read minds is in proportion to their head size. They do not sleep and have a total disdain for humans. Think of us like cattle. They have 4 fingers on each hand, and they all have the same size feet. But that's not the worst of it. Their technology is generations ahead of ours. Their air power is superior, and their arsenal is frightening. From this ultra-high altitude infrared radioactive image, we can tell that the alien spacecrafts are heading for the cities of Santa Modesta, Rockwell, Uniontown, Capital City, and Area 42. In summary, we're being invaded. More disturbing evidence has emerged. We believe that several corporations have been aiding the Furons. THQ and Pandemic Studios are in bed with the enemy. Roll the film. From their innocent-looking headquarters in Brisbane, Australia, comes mankind's greatest threat. Using advanced technology known as a computor, they have developed an alien training aid. We believe they have been consorting with the Furons under our very noses for a number of years. What you are about to see are the traitors to mankind.
Who told you about the Furons?
Well, you know, they're fictional. They're something that we made up.
Don't know where you heard about them.
Crypto, he's a crazy little alien.
In the game, you get to play one of the aliens called Crypto Spiridium, and Crypto is the 136th clone of his line. The Furons have figured out how to clone people, and as a result, their race is dying.
You know, certainly it's very handy for them to get their hands on our DNA. You know, I know their gene pool's depleted, and a long time ago they put some of their DNA and mixed it with ours. But you know, it's just a game, right?
He's looking for brain stems. Brain stems, they've got ancient Furon DNA in them. They need it to reinvigorate them, their own DNA pool. Doesn't make sense to me. I don't understand, but he's always out there, grabbing brains, human brains.
In real life, humans wouldn't stand a chance. I mean, you know, they're just puny and ineffective and pathetic, really. And an alien race of any substantial power, especially the power to traverse the interstellar reaches of space, would have absolutely no trouble conquering humans. So, in the game, that's kind of the direction that we went.
It's funny also because it's the 50s and everybody laughs at the 50s. Everyone can see that's funny. But when you can go into that environment and mess with it as an alien, it's quite hilarious.
The lack of remorse is chilling. Pathetic humans! That's what they think of us. Well, let me tell you something. We ain't gonna get pushed around by no little 4-fingered, big-headed midgets whose sole intent is to steal our NDA. DNA. Whatever! Roll the film!
Pathetic humans. All around town, you see them doing chicken dances. It's the Furon. He gets into their minds, their weak little minds.
We realized when we were making the game that any alien was bound to have superior mental and technological power.
The Furons have psychic powers in the game we're making, of course. They don't really exist. For instance, they have telekinesis. They can pick up objects and throw them around.
It's one Furon. Crypto, he uses psychokinesis and picks up the cows. I don't know what he does with them. Why the cows?
The ability to create illusions in the minds of humans.
They can project an image into the mind of other humans of a human disguise. They can walk amongst us. You would never know there's a Furon amongst you.
Yeah, they have psychic abilities. You know, they can read minds and hypnotize people, and even an anal probe, which is kind of uncomfortable to talk about.
That's not all. It gets worse. Guns, tanks, bombs. They're like toys against them. This is what we're up against. Roll the film.
They've got some pretty cool weapons, there's no doubt, particularly from the UFO. Well, UFOs definitely beat cars, there's no doubt about that, and gives you a much better view of the city and a bit more destructive power, and even on the ground, using a jetpack sure beats walking.
You've got your classic death ray, which is just sort of singeing through buildings and cars. Those cars can be picked up with the PK ability and set fires alight elsewhere. Then you've got your quantum deconstructor, which is like the all-out, the amazing weapon. It's the one that I guess you're not going to get many of in the game, and that's just going to blow everything to bits, basically. You can go down in third-person mode and get right up close to objects and people and environments, and you get these really nice high-res, detailed-looking areas, and then you can get up in your ship and just blow everything to bits, and all these massive effects and particles are just rendering at that time, and really that's quite an achievement in itself, to be able to have almost like two types of games in the one game.
The physics engine we use is called the Havoc engine, and it takes the realism of the game to another level. It really allows you to manipulate people in different ways and throw cars around and have car doors fly open and bits of cars go flying off.
The aliens have vastly superior technology, and there's no way that you're going to stop them. I mean, you have to warn people. I mean, you have to bring down the government to stop these things. You're gonna have to do it!
The government are trying to cover up what's ever all these strange occurrences that are happening in and around USA to keep the population calm, but I don't think they really know either.
The G-Men are purely fictitious characters we created for our game. The secret organisation they work for, completely made up. None of it's real.
There'll be panic. There'll be chaos. They'll destroy all humans.
Somebody ring my wife. I won't be home for dinner. Listen, there's no room for your mother in the bomb shelter. I gotta go. The whole world is waiting, for this will decide the fate of civilization. All humanity, whether we live or die, will depend on what we decide here in order to remind ourselves what exactly it is that we're up against. I asked the boys in the lab to cut together this next piece of film.
The coolest thing about the game is that you can take the form of an alien and run amok in human society.
50s America, I mean, let's face it, you've seen them. They've totally got it coming.
The best thing about the game is it's different.
Oh, I just love being able to play the alien for once, and the bad guy becomes the good guy.
I love just getting in the UFO and just blowing stuff up.
It's funny to mess with people's heads. In this game it becomes a reality, and it's heaps of fun.
I don't think you understand the kind of power that these guys have. I mean, they've got one mission on planet Earth. They've got one desire, and that's to destroy all humans.
This is no game, gentlemen. This is mankind's darkest hour.